Guys, the AI Agents SuperCycle is just starting right now. We are exactly into the first wave of a much broader path that will push the price of all these coins to new highs and to levels that we can even imagine. Literally, we are witnessing at the beginning, it's just burning right now, a new category, a category that will reach a total market cap that will be about hundreds of billions. Right now, just to give you an idea, we are not even having 10 billions. So, I mean, it's just literally the beginning. What I want to do with you today is, from one side, explaining how this super cycle will move and what we can expect. And on the other side, I will show you each category and which are the main coins for each category that you have to keep an eye on. This is probably the most important video you will ever watch about AI agents, because it's the super summary that you need to navigate this space with success and to catch this opportunity. Guys, be aware that you are super lucky. You are just witnessing something that will change the path of cryptos forever, and you are just catching it at the beginning. That's an opportunity like never before. The only opportunity similar that we had was in 2020 when we had the DeFi summer at the beginning. That's the same, but it's simply bigger. Guys, before digging into the topic, let me say this channel is just about educational content. Nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's fine, but do always your research before, guys. It's so important that you do that, because it's only you. I'm just sharing with you my point of view, what I'm seeing to this market, and why I think that something is important. I'm just sharing based on my experience or what I have done in the last couple of years, but I have my own profile risk. You have your own, and you have to take decisions based on that. Guys, don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment. Let's push these industry AI agents to a new high. And in order to do that, what we need is more people becoming aware of this opportunity, but not just blinded. I don't want people buying blinded anything. You have to have it. You need to have the awareness to take better decisions, and the only way is to start learning. That's what I'm trying to do here, inspiring and teaching you what I have learned. Okay, guys, let's start. Let me show you a couple of charts. So the first chart that I want to show you is about NFTs. I know it's a different topic, but was the kind of a euphoria that we had into the previous cycle, 2021, just to be on the same page. And the beauty of that cycle and that trend is that every time we were thinking, oh my God, that's the top for NFTs because they are simply going crazy, it's not possible to go even higher. And what was happening at that time, that every time that we had a top, just a couple of weeks after, we had a new high and so on, simply because the demand and the voice were spreading. And this chart is showing you on Google what was the kind of trend on searches. And as you can see, we had this first wave between 2020 and 21. Everything seemed dead for a while. After it, we had this first wave correction. And from that moment on, it was something like almost 12 months of only up. Obviously, we had small corrections during the time, but the path was really pushed to the high. And the same you can notice also if you check the total market cap of NFTs. And if you check it here, as you can see, it was growing steady. And by 2022, it reached the top. And the beauty of this top, it is so spiked that at that time seemed literally crazy, because we were literally, if we check the previous chart, it is like that we already had an insane level. But in the last phase of any super cycle is exponential. It's going parabolic. And when it's reaching that kind of acceleration, I mean, even if everything seems overpriced already, well, it can go even higher. And let me say one important thing, guys. When it comes to these super cycles, specifically the first super cycle, so when the technology is just starting, is just igniting, at that time, the fundamentals are not so important. As you will see, most of the price movements are due to social hype and price manipulation. Yes, guys, price manipulation. Don't think that something just because it's good will succeed. Unfortunately, that's something that will happen in the future when the growth of the price will be driven by fundamentals, by metrics, and by the capability to deliver what they have been promising. What we will see with any probability in the next 12 months is not so much delivering. Yes, we will see something that is insane compared to what we had, but that's not really the game changer. The game changer is that we finally got a technology that can skyrocket, can change the market, but to change it, it will take time. In this moment, we are building the first bubble. This bubble is useful to collect money to be reinvested into this industry and to improve the products. Not to mention that us, by using these products, we will provide feedbacks, and the teams behind all these products will learn what we like, what we don't, and we'll be able to improve the technology and make it good for the next cycle. The next cycle, so in the coming years, we will finally see something that will be about AI agents that are mature and good to go for any possible task. Right now, it's an experiment. But the beauty of crypto is that everything is moving one step ahead. So even if that something will happen in the future, well, the price will pump right now. And that's beautiful. Let me share one thing with you guys, because I prepared for you a couple of slides. Let's put it this way here. And these slides are helping you to understand what AI agents are becoming. Because if everything started just with GOAT, the truth terminal that started to publish automatically content on Twitter, what happened from that moment on is that different kind of AI agents, each of them specialized into one niche. And what we are witnessing right now is the beginning of different niches, different categories. What we will have, I have selected for you around 8 different categories, and each category will have its own leader, and with any probability in each category we'll also have at least one or more coins going above 1 billion. If right now we have a total market cap, as you can see here from cookie.fun, of just 14 billion, what we can guess is that by the end of this bull run, this number could go much beyond 100 billion, and with any probability reaching something like 500 billions. If you're wondering how I came up with this number, it's pretty simple. If we suppose that Bitcoin reaches around 200K, around this number, the total market cap with any probability will reach something like 10 to 12 trillion of dollar. If we take this number and we suppose that the whole AI agents market will have a value of just 5%, what we can suppose is that the whole industry will have a total market cap of about 500, 600 billions. Obviously, if this percentage would be higher, for example, if we reach 10%, in that case, the total market cap will be about 1 trillion. Just to give an idea, 1 trillion from this market cap means something like 50, 60x from this number. So the kind of growth, it's impressive. And the beauty when it comes to AI agents is that most of these tokens are launching with a market cap literally of 0. So the upside that we can catch in terms of profit, I mean, that's wonderful. Okay, now that we have understood that this market will simply skyrocket for the reasons that we have seen, and the path will be probably a first phase that we are just ending right now, we are already witnessing a small correction. This correction could go even through a couple of weeks. But as you will see, and you're probably already noticing, not all the categories among the AI agents will correct. What I do expect during the next couple of months and the whole year is that the overall path forward for the category of AI agents will go only up. So what I guess is that we will have this straight line from the bottom to the top going on for the whole cycle. But during this cycle, what we can have is the different categories that we'll see just in a moment could have contractions, corrections, as it is normal. Remember, no token will go only straight up. Seeing correction of 50%, even 90% is, from one side, healthy, necessary, and good to restabilize it, to find a fair price and start again. we need these kind of things. Don't think that just because the token is good, the tech is good, the market is good, the mind share and so on, everything is great. But not for this reason, it will simply going up. Think about AI 16Z. It's super project, super cool. They are launching their own layer one. It will go live in the coming months. And they have reached the market cap of 2.5 billion. But what happened is that in the moment when it reached a 700 around million, it had a correction of about 80-90%. And maybe a weak hand could think that the project was dead at that time. The reality is that from that point on, in the next 8 weeks, it did another 25x. That's what will happen, and that's the kind of path forward for most of these tokens. Okay, let's start and let's dig into which are the different categories. So the most important is infrastructure. And we can think to this category divided in two parts. First of all, it's about building platforms like virtuals or blockchains like AI 16Z that is developing its own, infrastructures like Arc, and so on. All this is infrastructure. On the other side, what we have is the physical infrastructure that could be about the GPU, for example, Ether, or all the project IONET, or all the projects are providing GPU, because as we know, we're talking about AI. So all these agents will need GPU in order to run and to be able to deliver what they are promising. So as a reflection, there will be everything this infrastructure is powering the AI agent space. It will benefit from this growth. On the other side, we will see storage, we will see servers, and so on. All this stuff will grow just because the demand for this will increase due to the increasing demand of AI agents. So think about or remember this relationship, because the more one is growing, the more the rest is growing. Going to the second category, it's about meme coins. Meme coins are like fart coin, goat. Just yesterday has been launched Fat Coin or LLM, or all the meme coins that are basically, you can think to them like the basic AI agent that is just publishing content. It's not doing anything else than just simply being cool. The main difference between a meme coin and AI agent meme coin is the kind of humanization that we have been able to give to that meme coin, giving it the capability to speak up, to interact with us as humans. I don't think that AI agent meme coins will take over the meme coin category as it is right now. I think that we will have both of them going by their own. As we have seen, the meme coin category has been suffering a lot in the last couple of months, but when the probability will start rising again, and there will be this movement of capitals from meme coins AI agents and meme coins that are real meme coins calls or Pepe or whatever is the meme coin that you love. Going to the third category, this is probably the most intriguing, is Defi AI. I have been doing a couple of videos about that. Check it out, at least the first one. It's so important to help you understand why this category will simply blow up and will make literally 1000x. And if you're in that category, I mean, it's printing money, literally. Check it out. We'll leave the link over there. And this is super because when it comes to DeFi, DeFi was mainly about old tokens, the old school, that most of retailers were struggling to use. With DeFi, I mean, we are completely destroying any kind of barrier that is limiting the access to DeFi, and we can make it accessible to anyone. So that's a great revolution, and I'm sure that we'll see a lot of agents coming into this category. For example, so far we have seen Refine, HeyAnon, and so on. These are the main ones at the moment. Swarms. I will do a video in the coming weeks dedicated to swarms, but basically when it comes to this category is about having more than one agent that together they are interacting and completing more complex tasks. So we have agents that are vertical into each niche. Could be, let's analyze this data, let's be able to execute these tasks, and so on. For example, when it comes to Defi, most of the agents into this niche are also swarms. So swarms is much more a broader category to define a group of agents that are combining, that are working together in order to deliver a greater outcome. I decided to create it as a side, as a single, as a standalone category, mainly because we're seeing many projects calling themselves swarms. We have seen S9, so swarms node. We have seen swarms. So the word swarms, that's something that is coming up a lot. So that's the reason why I'd rather go to keep it as a standalone category. Going to the fifth one is about investment funds. Honestly speaking, I'm not a super fan of this category, mainly because I'm still struggle to think that an AI agent, or better, most of the investment funds are also swarms, so a combination of different agents. For example, Vader is one of the most famous based on virtuals, on base. It's simply a swarm of AI agents that is taking decisions in order to invest your money and making the maximum out of that. I do think that it's still too early to have a super AI agent is able to beat human beings, but with any probability that's something that will come in the next future. I don't know if we will see already into this cycle an AI agent is able to outperform humans, but it is possible. By the way, at the end of the story, as I told you at the beginning, that's just speculation. So most of the projects, even if technology-wise they are not so good as they are promising, they will pump either way. Again, guys, not doesn't mean that every project will pump. It simply means that most of the times projects are pumping even if the underlying tech is not so great. That's part of what the market is. So just don't pay too much attention to the tech, check the chart, check the volumes, check the mindshare, analyze the level of activity on GitHub, and so on. These are the metrics that are much more reliable in order to evaluate an AI agent. Going to this category is wonderful to me, confidential computing. I will talk about that more in depth in another video, but confidential computing is basically giving you the ability to process in a private way data. And this is something that gives you also the opportunity to check how a system is processing, how they are taking decisions. For example, you are giving your money to an AI agent, but you don't have any kind of a guarantee that the AI agent will follow a specific path because the AI agent is thinking and it's taking decisions. And I mean, is it really trustable? It is really transparent? Well, through a confidential computing system, and that's the reason, for example, why we have seen Fala Network or Pond pushing so much, is mainly because these systems are creating a TEE, a trusted encrypted environment. So a space on the hardware side that is enabling to process the transaction in a more private way, giving you the capability to check it out that everything has been performed as it was supposed to. So everything this confidential computing will empower the system when it comes to AI agents. I put it into an aside, a standalone category, and not into the infrastructure one that was at the beginning, because I do expect more agents to come out focused on privacy, being able to process whatever is, leveraging data that usually were private and inaccessible, but being able to use them to take any kind of decision. Could be about science, could be about investments, could be about whatever you want. The big point is that we had data that were unavailable because private. Well, right now we can make them available through confidential computing. Art is another category that will be incredible. We have seen already Cerebro. What I mean with art is anything that is about creating something. Could be art, so visual art, could be music, could be any kind of form of art, could be even a text. So basically it's about creativity. Usually it was just on humans to create, to think that creation, that process creation. Right now, for these AI agents, we can have these humanized, tokenized, call them as you want, entities that are able to create by their own. We already have seen the first artist, the first musician, or also the first publisher, and so on. This category will probably grow a lot more in the coming months. Finally, we have others that it's a more broad, obviously it's a broader category that I put it here. It could be including, for example, decentralized science. We have seen many projects into this category, but I do think that in the coming months, we will see more categories igniting, mainly because everything that so far we have seen into the crypto space, from gaming, virtual reality, the metaverse, blockchains itself, and so on, could be empowered by AI agents. We have seen just the other day, Ori Chain, what I did, launching an agent, and it pumped to I don't know how many hundreds of millions just in a matter of hours. And that's something that will happen every day more. What we will see is established projects joining the space of AI agents, creating new categories, because it's about a DP and it's about whatever you want. Everything could be automated, could be empowered by an AI agent. What you have to do if you want to catch the opportunities is being aware that this market is changing at the light speed, remembering in your mind which are right now the categories, and thinking which could be another one. Start follow the projects that are maybe not yet delivering an AI agent, but maybe in the future they could. And guys, stay on track, because I mean, the kind of satisfaction that you can get out of this market, that's insane. One final advice I want to give you is that before buying anything, guys, build your own strategy. Try to understand what you are doing and why, because there are no free meals into this market. And yes, the opportunity is real. Yes, you can make a lot of money, but the risk is out there and you have to be ready. Understand what is your invalidation point, so why and when you have to close a position, understand why and when you are entering, and which is the kind of time frame and temporal horizon that you are following in order to maximize your gain. Guys, let me know which is your favorite category and what's your idea about these AI agents super cycle. I'm super bullish on that. I do think it will change everything about cryptos, and finally could be the gateway to onboard more people. We need to reach these 1 billion people, and AI agents, in my opinion at least, will be the big trigger to push us to that level. Guys, thank you for following me. Don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment to the comment section, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye, guys.